Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Miami latest episode, that's season 5, episode 15. So let's talk about it, but before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss any of my videos. But let's get right into it. Just a really quick recap. The group is at the Bahamas vacationing. Everybody was treating Adriana like she was the scum of the earth. Then her foot gets hurt, nobody cares, so then she says that it is an accident like Frankie's, and that's where we pick up. Adriana was so wrong to compare both situations. Alexia was so shocked, like she was speechless for a little bit, and she can't help but cry and scream to Adriana that in no way can she compare it. Her son was in a terrible accident, like he almost died. He was in a wheelchair. She says that Adriana deserves every miserable thing that has happened to her, and she deserves the life that she has. Because, I mean, Adriana was completely wrong for saying that, and Adriana keeps saying that her foot could have broken into a million pieces, which is so dramatic and wrong, and everybody else in the group agrees that it's wrong, and they can see that she shouldn't have said it. So Alexia gets up and leaves. Marysol goes up to Adriana, like basically cursing her out, and then before you know it, she tells Julia to shut the F up, and then Julia gets up and she's about to throw a bucket of ice at Marysol, which I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit funny, only because it happened so fast, but she didn't throw anything at her though. And then everybody leaves to the ocean. Nicole is talking to Adriana, trying to get her to understand that she can't compare the accidents because there's really no comparison. So then Nicole leaves Adriana and Julia by themselves, and she goes with the others, and they are demanding Nicole to uninvite Adriana and Julia from that dinner, which they're going to be having later that night, which Nicole doesn't really like, because even though Adriana was dead as wrong with what she said, she thinks that that's very mean girlish from Alexia, and I agree that Alexia can be really mean girl like Regina George, but I do understand why she wouldn't want to be around Adriana that fast, like that night already. Back at Miami, Lisa has arrived and she's going to go visit Leah Black, who is an OG housewife of Miami. Lisa is going to talk about her problems, and Leah's very supportive and is telling her some harsh truths, because deep down, Lisa doesn't want to get divorced. Lenny is the one pushing her out. She even says that if Lenny were to change his mind and decide that he wanted to stay with Lisa, she would be happy. But I'm glad that Leah is there to tell her about all the potential that she has for being happy without Lenny. But going back to the Bahamas, everybody's getting ready for dinner. Alexia and Marysol are talking about Adriana. Alexia can't forgive her, but Marysol seems to have a problem not only with Adriana, but with Julia equally. Nicole had a table reserved to 9 people, and she had to call earlier and see if maybe they could get like 2 different tables and split them up. And back in Adriana's room, she is with Julia, and Julia goes over to her and she tries to explain why the analogy was really bad. And in tears, Adriana admits that it was never malicious. It was never coming from bad intentions, which I do believe that it wasn't coming from that, even though it was wrong and she shouldn't have said it. And then in her confessionals, she is like even more upset, and like, because I think she probably had more time to process it. And again, she's in tears, sobbing, and explains the big issues that she has had in her life, and that she was trying in a way to connect somehow with Alexia to make her have some empathy, but she used the wrong thing. And she even says, why would I say that? Like, I guess she's like finally realizing that what she said was wrong. But then it's time for dinner. The 2 separate tables are actually very far away from each other. In my mind, I thought it would have been like 2 different tables, but were like somehow together in a way, but they're not. Like I said, they're very separate from one another, and it is so awkward. So in one table you have Julia and Adriana with Nicole and Guerdy, and then in the other table you have everybody else. Guerdy and Nicole are jumping back and forth from table to table, so it feels like she cares about both groups of people. But this is such a scene from like high school drama, I swear. Like the tables is like, one is like with the popular kids, and then the other one is like with the nerds, which are Adriana and Julia. So that kind of sucks, but I get that it's really complicated, the situation that happened. Nicole asks Adriana about her party, which she's going to be having soon for her release of her new single. And Adriana says, I mean, whoever wants to come can come. I said something mean to Alexia, not to everybody else, so we'll see who comes. But then, oh my, this is where Adriana loses it with everyone, because he tried to like feel for her, but then she ruins it. They all decide to get together towards the end because they want to dance to this live band that came. And then Adriana is dancing like if nothing had happened to her foot, which was like the thing that caused all of this. But then everybody is going back home from the trip, and we see some brief footage of everybody at their houses. Guerdy is already planning another party, which I think is way too soon, but she says that she wants good vibes, which that never really goes well, does it? But she is, a great party planner, and she actually got like some neon light signs that have everybody's name. I don't know if you guys have seen those. It's like a word, but it's like a light thing, which is super cool because she got everybody's name in it, which I was like, wow, like that's a way to throw a party. That's amazing. And then next up is Adriana's music video release party. She is so excited and happy. A lot of people are there. The only ones from the group, however, are Julia, Nicole, and Guerdy. And one of them asks about the other girls. Where are they at? Are they coming? And Guerdy reveals that not only are they not coming, but there was another invitation done that same evening. The invitation is like a boring get-together at Marysol's house, and at her house arrives Alexia, Kiki, and Larsa. I was unsure where Lisa was going to go, but she did go to Adriana's music video party, which made Adriana so happy to see her because she had envisioned this party for a very long time and wanted everybody there. And then Lisa asks what the hell happened, because remember, she had left when everything went down at the Bahamas. And once she's told what happened, Lisa's in shock because it was taken too far. And she tells Adriana. And Adriana says that she recognizes that now and that she apologized to both Alexia and Marysol, but they have not answered the messages. So Adriana wants Lisa to be like the middleman and help her make things right with them two. And Lisa agrees because she says that she knows Adriana doesn't have a black heart. And then without further ado, they play the music video, which is actually a pretty catchy song. They've actually used that song in the show this season before. One quick complaint that I have about this show, just really quickly, is that the friends of the show, Marysol and Adriana, they put just as much effort as all the other full-time housewives. So I wonder why they're made friends of the show, but that's just a little side note that I was wondering. So days later, Lisa takes her two kids to a fun arts and crafts place with their grandma. Despite her issues with Lenny, Lisa has always had a great relationship with her mother-in-law, who she sees like as a second mother. Lisa tells her that Lenny has a new condo with the mistress, and his plan is to kick Lisa out of the house and eventually move the new girl into the house, which is kind of disgusting. He also kicked out his parents and cussed them out, which, I mean, who does that? But then the mother-in-law, like, for some reason goes into like mother mode and tells Lisa that her son has a temper, but he calms down eventually. And then she starts saying that Lisa herself did many bad things, like having parties and going out of town. So in a way, she's putting blame on Lisa, which I think is kind of unfair. And again, I get it. I get that it's the lady's son, so of course she's going to defend her son. But Lisa is a little bit upset, and she says, wait a minute, let me correct you because I don't like what you're saying. And then boom, the episode ends and we see a to be continued on the screen. So pretty much that was all we got this episode. Pretty good episode. Again, this relationship with Alexia and Adriana, I have no idea where it's going to go, because although I recognize that Adriana wasn't coming from a dark place, it doesn't really matter because what was said was way too hurtful. So I can like almost not even blame Alexia for being mad. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how the dynamics on the group keep changing. I don't think we have that many more episodes left this season, but that's all we got. So guys, please let me know in the comments, what did you think about this episode, about Julia and Adriana being at a different table, about the party, about Lisa, about the mother-in-law? Anything you want to tell me, let me know in the comments, and I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great one. Bye.